We started off small but strong. We were eager to do spawn projects, base build, and have fun. Our first project was the lava curtain, shortly followed up with the spawn build. The spawn base is where many of us became friends and where our community really started. We built bonds that will not break. At the same time, we ran into many troubles such as inciting. We were getting incited since we initially started. We should have failed but didn't. We had a community with like-minded goals that could not be stopped. After several bases being leaked and griefed, it became apparent how bad the issue was. It was getting serious. We kept going, even though morals were getting low. We finally were about to make a breakthrough. Chaco managed to successfully incite several Russian bases and was expecting to get stash cords soon. The war looked like it would be wrapping up. We were ready to disband after ending this once and for all against the strongest Russian group, AOJ. We will have achieved our goals. But we ended up getting betrayed. Our Russian cords were hit as well as our own base. TSC admitted to hitting our cords we managed to incite and left sugarcane symbols at our own freshly griefed base. The Russians now knew there was an insider. The gig was up. Our objective of finishing this war was demolished. Our goals looked out of sight. I DM'd Boom and talked. He said his group wanted a rage war against us, and that they did hit the very cords we incited. His team wanted war regardless of what he wanted. We shifted our focus. We were no longer fighting Russians, but instead were after the enemy that prevented us from disbanding. TSC tried making allies with the Russians for a temporary time to fight back against Wholesale. That backfired. Now most groups that were fighting Russians were now considering TSC enemies. TSC looked weak. They were willing to ally with Russians to try and stop a newly founded group. Other groups that had been backstabbed by TSC will get their revenge, it seemed. After successfully inciting 3 of their cords, we continued on, eager of accomplishing our new goal, the goal to force TSC to disband. Many people played a part of this, people that I haven't ever talked to before. It seemed that TSC was becoming the new cosmos. More and more shit talk would be stirred up about TSC than ever before. Lots of people were starting to give them hate. They were kicking members, trying to stop our inciting. Their team was falling apart. Shortly after they disbanded, we accomplished our new goal. It wasn't just us, but many teams and players that were fighting against them. I'd like to personally thank you. Going back to Russian inciting would be hard as TSC screwed our insiders over. It was time to disband Wholesale. But before we go, we had one more act. We gathered as a community once more for a large community event. We were going to host a party. Due to initial party cords being leaked, we had to change the party plans. It was settled. We were going to all meet up and hang out, after which we headed to spawn to kill nakeds. It was chaotic. Swarms of geared players would be rushing new players. New players didn't stand a chance. We would eventually get bored as there were too many of us to satisfy our thirst for blood. Ollie Trolley came up with the idea of the obby penis. We all had to 0-0 to build the largest penis on the server. After many stacks of VHS, it was completed. Players gathered to see what was happening. Many joined us. We had a great time at our disbanding party. You may be wondering as a player, what does this mean for Wholesale? Well, I tell you, to disband doesn't mean much. We have made many friends and bases along the way. We will always be a community. We will never truly die. Our projects, wars, friendship, and frustration will stay with us as memories upon the server. And when we are needed again, we will reform. We will not make the same mistakes as first time. Thank you everyone who was a part of this. I've enjoyed working with each and every one of you.